So I did a lot of research on what wheels I was going to choose for the Bronco, and I actually came across a company called Brink, which I've never heard of. So if you've never heard of that company either, stick around because I'm going to tell you all about them right after this. Hi, I'm Brian from Northwest Bronco. Welcome back to the channel. So like I said before, I did a bunch of research on what wheels I wanted to get because if you remember, I had the old Steelies on, but I wanted to take those off because I'm preparing to lift the Bronco. So a couple of the goals that I had is one, I wanted a lighter weight wheel, and number two, I also wanted to get a little bit more of a negative offset on the wheels. I'll be getting a set of Bilstein 6100s on here this week, and it should provide about a 1-inch lift. And then I'm also kind of set up with the zero offset to be able to raise it another 3 inches in case I want to go 37s. So when I was doing my research for wheels, I actually was looking at the methods, and then I accidentally came across a company called Brink. So Brink's actually a company out of Miami, Florida. So they're here in the United States, and their engineers are actually off-road enthusiasts. They've been doing that evidently since like the 90s. So they know what they're doing when it comes to designing an Overland wheel. So I guess the method they use to make these wheels is actually called a flow form monoblock. Now, I don't know what the hell that means, but evidently it helps with strength and also helps keeping the wheel nice and lightweight, which we're going to talk about at the end of this video. Now these wheels are actually covered in DuraShield coating, which is 18% thicker than your average wheel. And to go along with that coating, you actually get a 5-year warranty on the coating on these wheels. So most of the wheels on their site do come in 3 main colors. That's black, bronze, and then a vivid titanium. And they also do come in other colors too, but that's the main colors that are available. So let's talk about the wheels I got specifically. These are the Alpine wheels, and they're actually designed after an old 1990s design Overland wheel. Something like Konica or Konica Safari, something like that wheel. I've never heard of it. But supposedly that's what the Alpine is actually modeled after. So my wheels in particular, I got in 17 by 8.5, zero offset. And if you're wondering about the poke on these, I'm actually going to show you in a minute. But if you were to put a zero offset with a 315 tire on it, with the standard fender flares, they're going to stick out maybe an inch outside of those standard flares. And if you have the Sasquatch flares, it's going to poke out about, I'm going to say, 1/2 inch to an inch outside of those. So it gives you a lot more of a wider stance having a zero offset, which kind of looks goofy now because the car's not lifted yet, but it'll be lifted this week. Now here's the important part of the video, and that's going to be the weight of these wheels. And I wrote down a piece of paper because I couldn't remember all of it. So if you're looking at a Sasquatch wheel, you're looking at a 40-pound wheel. A steel wheel, like what the Black Diamond has, which is what I was running before, is 30 pounds. And some other brands that carry a wheel that looks a lot like this one that most people run is about 26 to 28 pounds. Now my wheel in particular, in this particular size, only weighs 23.6 pounds. That's super light. So that means if you have a Sasquatch Bronco now, your wheel now weighs about 40 pounds. You'll be going down to 23.6, which is a lot of weight savings. That's 16.5 pounds per wheel, giving you a grand total of 82 pounds you're saving on your vehicle. Be aware of one thing, and that is the Vivid Titanium wheel actually looks a lot lighter on the website than it actually is in real life. When I opened the box with these wheels, for a moment I thought I got black, which I didn't want. But when I pulled them out of the box, I was actually very, very pleasantly surprised because the Vivid Titanium is just slightly darker than the carbonized gray paint on my Bronco, which actually makes it better than I thought it was going to be, because now the wheels basically match the paint on the Bronco, which is sweet bonus. So this is going to be your poke on the Bronco with standard fender flares and a zero offset tire. And then if you were to put the Sasquatch flares on, you're probably still going to stick out probably about 1/2 inch to an inch. So if you like a wider stance, the zero offset is going to be good for you. So if you are looking for a set of wheels, I can tell you that their wheels are compatible with Bronco bolt patterns, but you can go on their website, actually go to the vehicle fitment guide. That's what I did. And there you're able to find all the information you're going to need about what wheels are available to you. But I actually need to go right now because I need to find a place to camp out here somewhere, because tomorrow I'm going to be filming some homestead sites for you guys. So that's going to be a nice Overland adventure coming up. So hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, maybe give it a like, subscribe for more Bronco content. I'll see you next time.